Gotta get the horse in there. Gotta get the horse in there. Horse in there. Got to get the horse in there. Welcome, Seattle. This is News Team 9. I'm Barry Reinhardt, filling in for Gay Neighbors. Here are tonight's top stories. Well, the Mueller report was finally released to Congress this week, enraging some and disappointing others. In fact, I believe we have a live feed of that right now. We're going to go to that. That was a comment on how disappointing it was. Well, spring has sprung and is in full swing here in Seattle, proving once again that mild weather changes are infinitely more interesting to us than local politics. And on that note, we're going to throw it over to Adria Lamorticella, who is in studio. Adria.
All right, thank you, Travis. Okay, good evening, Seattle, and let's take a look at the weekly forecast. But before we do, we're going to do something kind of fun this time. A lot of times you guys send us pictures of different regions in our area and what the weather looks like there. So we're going to just throw some of those up here as I'm taking you through the weather for the week. So you take it away, Jacqueline. Send some of those up there while I'm talking about it, okay?
There you go, Adria. And once again, I want to remind everyone, these were sent in by you, the listener. So
Monday night it's going to drop down probably about 31 and then get back up into the low 50s the next day. As for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I haven't even looked yet. But so how are those pictures looking behind me? I haven't seen them yet.
Oh, they're looking great. Yeah, we've got some very interesting people that live in this city.
Does this one make sense? Oh, I'm in a box in this one. It's kind of a curved box. A different stroke. Maybe I'm backstroke this time. I hope a lot of people send in water ones. I can see so much of the city from up here. Well, that was a good time. Thanks for sending those in. Back to you, Gerald.
Thank you so much, Adria. Now, I would like to take a minute to talk about some viewer mail. Now, we received a few comments about my ties that I've been wearing here for the program and how they might be a little ridiculous or silly. And I just want to say, the reason I wear those ties is because my daughter gives me them every Father's Day. It's a little bit of a tradition in our house. She'll go out and pick the ties out herself and scramble into my room very early in the morning and bring that tie in. And it's always awful, always silly. But I choose to wear them on air just because, well, it makes me feel closer to her. It makes me feel like I'm acknowledging her. May she rest in peace. What? No! Jesus Christ, she's not dead! No, she's asleep. She's sleeping, it's late. What? How was that? How did you get that? Sleep well? Rest in peace, sleep well. They are synonymous to me. Apparently I'm taking some fucking crazy pills or something. Jesus Christ. Can't say a fucking thing. Next up, we have got Jonelle Jordan, our lifestyle and culture reporter. Jonelle is going to take us for a night out on the town to a very special event. Jonelle?
We are here, kitty cat, under the lights of 12th Avenue. I have been a big theater person for at least 6 years now, and it all started when I took my niece to Beauty and the Beast on ice, and I tell you, I got lost. I was transported. There's actually quite a few other houses, is what they're called, that show productions that have no singing and no animals, and they just have words. So we're here tonight to see a play, My Father, My Love. How sweet does that sound? And I'm gonna sit down with a couple actors in the show tonight, ask them a couple questions, get some inside scoop. I can't wait to take you with me. Let's go. I was able to sit down with Bean Berger, the young star of My Father, My Love, before his renowned performance that the Theater in the Street blog hailed as too loud. Bing! Thank you so much for sitting down with me. What first inspired you to be an actor?
Just felt like I had to do it, you know?
Sure. Yeah. What's your favorite thing about being an actor?
Just not being another cog in the machine, you know? Doing something that matters, you know? Not being a sellout.
Yeah. Well, speaking of selling out, you all seem to be doing that every night. Like, what is it about My Father, My Love that is just like, what?
The play is called My Father, My Lover.
Why?
It's a coming-of-age tale of a young man growing up in the Deep South and his sexual attraction and relationship with his father. Consensual. So,
Why would anybody write that?
I wrote it.
What? Why?
It's autobiographical.
And you do that in the play?
Oh, yeah.
People want to see that?
Couple people throw up, couple people walk out. My dad really liked it, though.
I was also able to chat with veteran Seattle actor Stimpy Clamwell, who portrays the father in this story. Stimpy Clamwell. Thanks for being here, Stimpy.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
No problem.
I'm a new theater person. You won the most prestigious Seattle Theatrical Acting Award. This must be it. It's the James Franco Independent Theater Spirit Award.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Wow.
No, wait. I like that.
It's good.
Just imagine falling asleep to that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice. Because I didn't know.
Hold. Shh. I gotta turn. I won't waste the battery.
No, it's very special. I understand. So I didn't know that James Franco was from here.
He's not affiliated with this.
What did you win the award for?
It's a play called 37 Puppies.
Oh,
Yeah, and my mother gives me 37 puppies, and I have to learn how to live with them.
Oh, how lovely.
Piddling on the rug and things like that
Yeah.
in a Manhattan high-rise.
oh man, I wish I could have seen that.
And then I throw them out the window,
Oh God.
one by one. You're a very attractive woman.
Thank you. This theatrical experience proves to be a little different than what I was used to, but it's my job to be open-minded, for variety truly is the spice of life. And today's spice was a two-person autobiographical play about father-son incest. Four and a half hours and 6 intermissions later, they finally unlocked the doors of the theater and I was allowed to leave.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Any donation is so appreciated
I don't
for the
have,
show.
I don't know why people pay money to do that, to feel this way. I mean, I'm sad. I feel sick. I hate everyone, and I don't like plays. Back to you, kitty cat.
Thank you so much, Jonelle. Well, spring has indeed landed here in Seattle, surprising some, confounding others. Myself, personally, I didn't see it coming. It's a surprise. Probably because I wasn't paying attention to Lamar Legend, our local expert and historian, who's going to give you some signs that spring has truly arrived. Lamar?
Right. Some say the signs of spring can be evidenced by the blooming of the cherry blossoms at the University of Washington, or heavy rainfall, or the even more foolish, the paranoia of whether or not a rotund rodent will see its shadow. But spring in Seattle can be determined by 4 distinct signs, which can all be found here at the center of Seattle. Our first stop is on the north end. Legend has it that this bell, that when struck at the hindmost, normally emits a sound that is just a regular tone. But when the first day of spring arrives, it emits a tune that only animals can hear, signaling an invitation to mate. Some believe the answer to all of life's questions is 42, but the answer to whether or not spring has come to Seattle can be found in this tall, injectable phallus. If its temperature is warm to the touch, spring is on its way. Oh, piping! Ah, the fountain, a place of delight and frolic. And keen scientific research can tell us whether the pH balance of this glorious gush heralds the advance of spring with a simple taste test. Ooh, the balance of child urine is actually higher this year. Finally, we come to the mystical arches on the south end. Like Stonehenge, these flying buttresses emit an ancient frequency that, when putting on these hats, allows us to directly communicate with an ancient life force, which will tell us whether or not spring has come to Seattle.
Thank you so much, Lamar. Well, next up, we've got Keiko Green, our special investigative reporter, bringing us a news story that just landed on our news desk right now. But her stories are always great, and I'm very much looking forward to what she's going to bring us this time. Keiko.
Thanks, Frank. Hi, I'm Keiko Green. You've probably heard of the recent college admissions scandal, a scam involving over 50 people, over $25 million. With famous faces like Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. This scam ended up drawing the ire and disappointment of people all over the country. Well, we at News Team 9 were shocked to discover one of our very own involved in a school admission scandal. We're sitting down today with our home and garden specialist, Amy Daniker, to get to the bottom of this exclusive story. Amy?
Hi, Keiko.
So, how are you doing with all of this?
I am doing really great. Thank you so much for asking. I'm just, I'm really thankful. I think this is all completely overblown. Let me explain it to you in a way that you can understand. So imagine that you're at the mall, or in your case, a Costco.
Right?
And you're buying all the items that you need. You pay for it, and then they give you your item. They give you your sleeping bags or your hoodies or your sensible shoes.
Sure, but at the store, there's a transaction, there's a receipt.
Oh, I have the receipt. Here, hold on. Oh, here we go.
General admission.
Yeah, I thought going premium would be just kind of a waste of money.
$200,000 to Wedgwood Preschool? I think what the people at home are really wondering is, why go to these extents to get your kid into a preschool? I mean, he's what, 12 and a half? I don't really know how babies age.
Well, you have to start him so young. You have to give him the edge. Plus, I just need a little bit of time for myself. He's always home. It's like, get out of here, get a job, start contributing to society, pay the rent. Don't be like your dad,
We learned recently that there may have been some photos that you've personally altered to help get your child into this prestigious preschool. Is that correct?
Well, they're not doctored, they're just photos.
You're saying that these photos here, that these were not altered in any way?
There's my little guy.
You're saying this photo wasn't doctored in any way?
He just went through a growth spurt. And it went away.
And you paid this $200,000 through a fake charity, is that correct?
That is money that I donated to the underprivileged children who otherwise would not have the opportunity to attend school. And I stand by that donation.
Oh, you're saying your child is underprivileged in some way?
Oh, absolutely, Keiko. I have had his IQ extensively tested by the best doctors, and all the professors agree he's just kind of stupid.
You must understand that all babies are inherently stupid. It's the very nature of babies, after all. But I have to say that I have a hard time calling this baby stupid. It would be nice if he was stupid. Are you hot or cold? In 10 words or less, what is the first thing you think of when you wake up? This baby, well, I have a hard time calling him a baby, really. He's more of a lump of unworked Play-Doh, an inchoate blob.
And I guess in that sense, he takes after his father in that way.
Amy, is there anything else you want to say to the critics out there, the people who, I don't know, might be saying, how dare you, you rich lady, you spend your money willy-nilly, just whatever you want, just get everything you want, don't you? You just, what do you say to all those people?
Well, I think what we're learning here, especially from the outpouring support towards these poor parents who are being villainized, or victimized by the media. I mean, am I privileged? Yes. Do I have a lot of money? Yes. And am I going to use that on my child to give them an opportunity that other poor kids don't have? Yes. And I think people are really connecting with that.
No, they're not. And with that, I'm Keiko Green. Back to you, Frank.
And I'm Amy Daniker. And you owe me $200,000, Frank, or I will take you down with me. I swear to God I will.
Thank you so much, Keiko, and thank you, Amy. And I just want to reiterate that that story was new to me. Had no prior knowledge of any of it before tonight's broadcast when I announced it on the air. It is all news to me. He's got some beautiful eyes, though, right? Next up, we're going to check in with Trick Daniker, our local traffic reporter, as he tells us what that Rush Tower traffic looks like. Rush Tower. It's a tower erected to the band Rush, Seattle's favorite band, which, to my knowledge, has no affiliation with the city. Trick?
Thanks, Tober. Traffic is looking pretty good, but we're about to hit a time of year when your commute is going to get a little bit longer. The sun is starting to...
Trick. I'm going to stop you right there. Can you take those sunglasses off, please? You know, we're doing a live broadcast here.
Sure thing. So as I was saying, with the sunlight, more cars are going to be on the road, and more cars.
What's going on with your face? There's something. What is that?
Oh, you noticed. Yes, I shaved the beard. Winter's over, summer's on its way. New season, new look. That's what I always like to say. So I ditched the facial hair for a sleeker look. Thank you for noticing. With the sunlight out...
Trick, how much makeup are you wearing right now?
You noticed. I didn't know you could tell. Well, you know, this is just a temporary gig for me. I've always wanted to be an anchor, and my agent said if I wanted to sit behind the desk that I was going to have to stand out a little more. So I went to see a makeup artist who gave me this classic look you're looking at right now. You know, you can't fill in forever, and I'm coming for you. Just thought I should let you know.
Well, I won't stand for it, and there's no traffic today. We're not having a traffic report today. Sorry, too bad. This is because of you, because of what you did.
You do what you do, and I'll do what I gotta do. You have a great afternoon.
No traffic report? There. I mean, how much, how important could that actually be if you're already home? That's a good thing to remember, by the way, for future involved of him. How important is it? You know, do it on a radio. That's it. You don't even need to see the face, that face. All right. Next up. Recently, Como4 News released a documentary called Seattle is Dying, which was a very one-sided point of view of the entire issue. Well, we've got our new investigative reporter, Nako, who is going to enlighten us as to why we might be so divided on this issue. Nako?
Thank you, Yancey. Seattle is a vastly changing place. Over the last 10 years, we've seen entire neighborhoods change. We've seen old residents displaced to make room for new workers. This has led to a huge growth in wealth disparity, income inequality, an increasing homeless population, a rise in crime, and drug addiction. But is there a greater cause? Is it really our politically divided climate? Is it all the result of gentrification? Or is it just Brad? Brad is what's known as a professional devil's advocate, being paid by private organizations and businesses to take a contrary point of view online. Now, Brad has not done anything wrong, per se, but he is single-handedly responsible for enraging thousands and thousands of people online with his diametrically opposed views. I decided to sit down with Brad and get to know this man's soul.
I single-handedly brought down the ice bucket challenge by posting a picture of a child in Afghanistan suffering from dehydration. Just one picture.
And how did that work?
Well, you see, the more people feel empowered or that they're raising awareness by not really doing anything, the easier it is to hijack the idea and take a big old dump on it.
The picture was accompanied by the comment, "Little Pedro might like a drop of that water."
That's right.
But the child in the photo was Afghani.
Yeah, I mean, that's all part of it. People start arguing about where the kid's from, and they start attacking each other for being culturally insensitive, and then that empowers all the people who never got nominated for the Ice Bucket Challenge to start talking about how it's all vanity, and then it just all crumbles from there.
So as a professional devil's advocate, would you say...
I prefer contrarian.
I see what you did there. Actually, you went out of your way to post on Facebook about...
Can anyone really go out of their way on Facebook?
You went on a Black Lives Matter page and posted, "Don't all lives matter?"
Well, don't they?
No one is saying that they don't.
Seems pretty exclusive to leave out all the other groups.
No one is leaving out other groups.
Well, what about firefighters?
What about them?
Well, where's their hashtag?
Black Lives Matter is about black people.
African American.
Excuse me?
African American is the preferred term.
The homeless population in Seattle is growing rapidly.
Well, first of all, they're all drug addicts.
That's not true. Mental illness is also a really big part of the problem.
Yeah, the drugs are making them all crazy.
People can't afford the rent.
Because they're spending all the money on drugs. It's all connected.
So how would you solve the problem?
Well, I'm no brain scientist, but I am an avid TV watcher. And there was this one episode of The Twilight Zone. I'm sorry, The Twilight Zone was a TV show in the 60s. It was hosted by Rod Serling.
I know what The Twilight Zone is.
Very good. So there was this episode called To Serve Man, where aliens came down to Earth. And
Wait, I'm sorry, are you suggesting that we eat the homeless?
No. What I'm suggesting is that we launch them into space in an old shipping container or a cannon or something.
Uh-huh. Virtually every topic I spoke to him about sparked controversy.
Activist, men's rights activist.
He seemed to find the exact point of view that would enrage me specifically.
Well, what's lying? Well, what's the truth?
Finally...
Are these for anybody? I was wondering if they were a prop or if they're... I can have one of these?
Yeah, probably not on camera. Can you wait until...
I'll keep it.
All right.
Oh.
That's fine.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll just hold it.
I just need a minute. Need a minute. Thanks.
Sure.
I just need a minute. I just need a minute to regain my composure. Okay. We're all just people. We're all just people. We're all just people with different opinions, and we're all just trying to do our best.
Oh.
Oh, God. No. No, I can't. I'm sorry. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Nako. Well, that about does it for us this month, Seattle. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Barry Reinhart, filling in for Gay Neighbors. And as my fortune cookie told me this morning, obstinance is the heart of all money, and money is indeed what I need. And on that note, we're going to throw it over to Adlia Erlhamako Yajala Pitototo Repandijo Kala 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 Symposiums. Help me.